Hi, welcome to the channel where I review the latest movies from around the world. The Wrecking Crew can be regarded as a representative example of contemporary mainstream action comedies, an intentionally star-driven production that relies on fast pacing and visual appeal to deliver an entertaining crowd-pleasing experience. Released via Amazon Prime Video, the film does not aim for narrative innovation or formal experimentation. Instead, it confidently embraces the well-established formula of two contrasting protagonists forced into a shared conflict. Beneath its action-oriented surface, the film touches on themes such as familial estrangement, lost trust, and the reconstruction of brotherly bonds. While these elements hold notable dramatic potential, they ultimately serve the film's primary goal, maintaining momentum and audience engagement rather than pursuing emotional or structural depth. The story follows two estranged half-brothers who have lived separate lives for years. One is a troubled, suspended police officer, the other a former Special Forces operative. The suspicious death of their father reunites them in Hawaii, where they begin investigating the circumstances surrounding his passing. As they dig deeper, they uncover a web of corruption and hidden interests, forcing them to confront both external threats and their unresolved personal tensions. At its core, the film is less about solving a criminal mystery and more about redefining a fractured familial relationship under pressure. The film's greatest asset is the pairing of Jason Momoa and Dave Bautista. Their contrasting physical presence and screen personas form the backbone of both the humor and the dramatic tension. Each actor brings considerable charisma, and even when the script lacks depth, their performances sustain viewer interest. Their physicality enhances the credibility of the action sequences, making combat scenes feel dynamic and grounded. The film maintains a consistent and energetic rhythm. Rarely does the narrative stall. Confrontations, chases, and revelations are strategically placed to keep the story moving forward. This brisk pacing minimizes the risk of monotony and ensures continuous audience engagement. The action sequences are competently staged, combining hand-to-hand combat with high-speed pursuits. The Hawaiian setting contributes significantly to the film's visual identity. Expansive coastal landscapes and natural light offer a refreshing alternative to the darker urban backdrops common in the genre, lending the film a distinct aesthetic flavor. Much of the comedy arises from the clash between the reckless, impulsive brother and the disciplined, mission-oriented counterpart. Their verbal exchanges and behavioral differences generate several genuinely entertaining moments, effectively balancing the film's more serious undertones. The most evident shortcoming lies in the film's reliance on familiar genre conventions. Major plot developments and character arcs are largely foreseeable. The script avoids significant risks adhering closely to established formulas. As a result, seasoned viewers may find the narrative lacking in surprise. Although the emotional core centers on the brothers' fractured relationship, the exploration of their shared history and internal struggles remains relatively superficial. The film prioritizes external action over psychological depth, causing potentially powerful emotional moments to pass without full impact. The structure follows a familiar trajectory typical of buddy action films: initial conflict, reluctant cooperation, escalating danger, and eventual reconciliation. While effective, this formulaic progression prevents the film from distinguishing itself within a crowded genre landscape. The father's death and the secrets surrounding it provide strong dramatic foundations. However, these elements function primarily as narrative catalysts rather than fully developed emotional threads. This choice supports the film's pace, but diminishes its dramatic weight. At times, the transition between serious moments and comedic beats lacks subtlety. Certain jokes undercut dramatic tension, abruptly slightly disrupting emotional continuity. The Wrecking Crew ultimately, it stands as a solid and competently crafted example of contemporary commercial cinema, one designed primarily to entertain rather than redefine its genre.